Now, net zany, the zany, mad, crazy, wacko, weirdo world of net zero policies that are crippling this country. Chris Bowen, right at the start of them. James, we learn, oh, what a surprise, that wind farms kill birds. Yes, they do indeed. Chris Bowen's out there pushing more and more wind farms. But here we have on Twitter, tell us about it.
Well, just in the United States, discovery that more than 880,000 bats and up to 679,000 birds every year are killed that they know about from these wonderful wind farms which are out there saving the planet. And of course, many of these birds are majestic, wonderful creatures.
Yep.
You know, eagles, things like that. And, you know, this is the whole lefty thing. You know, we're going to destroy the planet in order to save it. And we've seen the same thing happen here in Australia, the exposure of the environmental impact statements of these wind farms and solar farms in Queensland and elsewhere, where what are they going to do? Well, they've got a whole plan to manage all the injured koalas and injured birds and everything else. And that is kill them because, you know, who cares about the wildlife? We're saving the planet. This, by the way, is going to set up a huge fight between Tanya Plibersek and Chris Bowen, mark my words.
Where are all the groups who would normally be taking a stand for animal welfare? They should be far more vocal. You do not hear from them. And it again suggests that they've been captured by the global warming alarmists. I mean, if you actually care about animal welfare, wherever your position is on climate change, you should be speaking up. Or do they think the planet's going to end in 10 years and all the animals are going to die anyway? I mean, if you've got that sort of catastrophist thinking, then no wonder we're in this mess.
And that footage we showed is heartbreaking. A magnificent eagle there, dead, obviously, broken in pieces by one of these wind farms. We're sticking these things up all around Australia. Australians, quite rightly, are absolutely appalled by this, as well as the sea life out in the oceans that's been killed by these things. Call yourself an environmentalist, you are a fraud. All of you, seriously, if you're supporting this stuff, you are frauds. And the teals up there right at the top with the greens, absolute fakes and phonies.
It's the beauty of the Australian countryside. You don't even have to look overseas. If you go driving in the country, you'll see it now scarred by these developments. They're ugly, and I think because they're outside the major cities, a lot of people don't know it's happening. But when you see it, and you see that beautiful countryside
being destroyed. Nice work, Chris Bowen, Plibersek. I hope the voters remember it.
But you know what it comes down to? You know, there was a fascinating piece in The Australian this weekend about Jenny George, who was, you know, Labor, ex-female president of the ACTU. She said that she, for years and years and years, had concerns about the renewables transition. And for her, the concern was jobs and what's it going to do to all the people, all of her old members who were going to lose their jobs because these jobs didn't exist. And it's the same thing as with the environment and the birds. It was explained to her the only thing that matters is the target and getting to zero. And they don't care.
They don't care about the ramifications
along the way.
Ideology, idiocy, and incompetency. The three I's of Labor, the Greens and the Teals. And how's this for a laugh from England? I mean, I wish it were funny. Net zero ambulances. Yes, your ambulance in the UK. The NHS are looking at, we must have electric vehicles for ambulances. The black humour that revolves around that concept. They're going to introduce it. That's as crazy as it gets, but they'll be doing it here as well. The craziness never ends. Oh, and by the way, Labor, your uni super green funds are plunging in value. Those super funds that invested in all this kind of renewable batteries, etc., etc. 28% it's dived, the Uni Super Fund. 124 billion Uni Super Fund has been hit with a massive plunge from its green fund. So all you investors out there who voted for Teals and Greens, it's going to bite you, it's going to hit your portfolios, this electric madness.